Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive.
Mhm.
Today we're going to be looking at yoga and osteoporosis.
Okay.
Specifically, we're going to be drawing from an article called Yoga for Osteoporosis,
Yeah.
Safe Poses and Modifications.
Sounds good.
Um, and I was reading through this and I saw this really startling statistic that 1 in 5 seniors who break a hip die from complications within a year.
Wow. That is startling,
Yeah,
huh?
really scary thought, right?
Yeah, it really underscores just how important bone health is as we age.
Totally.
And to understand osteoporosis, think of it like a building.
Oh, okay.
When the steel beams inside start to thin and weaken, the whole structure becomes vulnerable, right? That's
Yep.
kind of what happens with osteoporosis.
Yeah.
Your bones become less dense, more prone to fractures, especially in areas like the hips, the spine, and wrists.
Oh, wow.
And those fractures can have a ripple effect on your mobility and just overall quality of life.
Yeah, that building analogy is really, really helpful. I think that really drives the point home. Now, the article also mentioned that women are 4 times more likely to develop osteoporosis than men.
Right.
Why is that?
Well, hormones play a big role here.
Yeah.
As women go through menopause, they experience a steep decline in estrogen.
Uh-huh.
And estrogen isn't just about reproduction, it's also crucial for maintaining bone density.
Interesting.
It's like the foreman on that construction site we talked about.
Okay. Yeah.
Without enough estrogen, the bone building process really slows down considerably.
Mm.
Men experience a decline in testosterone as they age, which also affects bone density, but it's a much more gradual process than that estrogen drop that women experience.
So it's not just a women's issue then?
Exactly. Bone health is something that everyone needs to be mindful of.
Gotcha.
And beyond hormones, other factors can contribute to weakened bones too.
Okay.
Think of it this way. Building a strong house takes more than just a good foundation.
Yeah.
You need quality materials, right? Skilled labor and ongoing maintenance.
Makes sense.
In the same way, our bone health depends on things like getting enough calcium and vitamin D, staying active, and, managing certain medications or medical conditions that might impact bone density.
So it's multifactorial.
It is.
Yeah, well, that makes the idea of yoga as a solution even more interesting.
Right.
The article was very optimistic about yoga and even cited a study showing its effectiveness at stimulating bone growth.
Yeah.
Can you talk more about how yoga actually helps?
Well, you can think of those weight-bearing yoga poses as almost like tiny little workouts for your bones.
Uh,
When you put stress on your bones through these poses, it encourages them to become denser and stronger, much like lifting weights builds muscle.
oh, interesting.
And unlike some medications that might come with risks or side effects, yoga offers a more gentle and holistic approach.
I like that.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
it's working with your body, not against it.
Yeah. So instead of just accepting weaker bones as we age, we can actually work to strengthen them.
Exactly. And it's not just about your legs either. You're engaging various muscle groups.
Oh, okay.
Stimulating bone growth in different areas, including your spine, your hips, and even your arms.
That's awesome.
Yeah, think of a pose like balancing table, where you're on all fours supporting your weight.
Yeah.
It's like a full body workout for your bones.
I like it.
Yeah.
Now, of course, the article did caution against practicing yoga incorrectly,
Of course.
especially for those with osteoporosis modifications and expert guidance. It seemed really important.
Absolutely. It's always wise to consult your doctor before starting any new exercise program.
Right.
Especially if you have osteoporosis, just like you wouldn't start building a house without a blueprint.
Yeah.
You need to understand your individual needs and limitations. And there are various styles of yoga ranging from very gentle chair-based exercises to, more demanding practices.
Yeah.
So finding the right fit and learning modifications are key to practicing safely and effectively.
Okay. So it's about finding what works for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. The article also listed specific poses that can be especially beneficial, like balancing table variations of locust pose and chair pose, tree pose, and supported versions of half moon pose and warrior eye pose.
Those are all great options.
Yeah, there was also a section on poses to avoid, particularly for individuals with thoracic kyphosis.
Right.
Can you explain what that is and why certain poses should be avoided?
Sure. So thoracic kyphosis is a condition where the upper back has an excessive forward curvature.
Okay,
You might picture someone with a rounded or hunched posture.
I see.
Now, certain yoga poses like deep forward folds, extreme twists, inversions, things like handstands or shoulder stands, and even sit-ups or crunches can put undue pressure on the spine.
Wow.
For someone with thoracic kyphosis or osteoporosis in general, these poses could increase the risk of compression
Oh,
fractures.
that's scary.
But don't worry, there are plenty of other weight-bearing poses that can stimulate bone growth without putting the spine at risk.
Okay.
It's all about finding those modifications and working with your body.
So it's not just about which poses you do, but how you do them. Avoiding certain movements and focusing on proper alignment is vital.
Precisely. It's about listening to your body, honoring its limitations, and adapting the practice to meet your needs.
So really paying attention to your body.
Yes, being present and mindful in your practice is key.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. It sounds like yoga, when practiced correctly, can be a really powerful tool for managing osteoporosis.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the article also emphasizes that it's not a magic bullet.
Right.
Lifestyle changes seem to play a big role, too.
They do. It's about creating a supportive environment for your bones.
Hmm.
Almost like providing the right conditions for a garden to thrive.
Okay, yeah.
That means making sure you're getting enough calcium and vitamin D, whether that's through your diet or supplements.
Right.
You also want to minimize your risk of falls,
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
creating a safe home environment, addressing any balance issues.
Mhm.
And of course, regular bone density checks are crucial for monitoring your bone health and making any necessary adjustments to your lifestyle or treatment plan.
It's really fascinating how all these elements work together.
Yeah.
It's not just about adding yoga to your routine. It's about creating this holistic approach to bone health.
Exactly. And what's really encouraging is that this approach goes beyond just the physical benefits.
Oh, how so?
You're also cultivating mindfulness, reducing stress, and improving balance.
Yeah.
All of which can positively impact your mental and emotional well-being,
Right?
especially when dealing with a chronic condition like osteoporosis.
You mentioned earlier the importance of changing the perception of osteoporosis.
Mhm.
It sounds like you're really passionate about helping people see this as something they can manage, not just passively accept.
I am. It's something I feel very strongly about. I've seen firsthand how a diagnosis of osteoporosis can make people feel defeated,
Yeah, I can imagine.
like their bodies are betraying them. But the truth is, we have more control than we realize.
Okay.
I had a patient, a woman in her late 60s, who was devastated after her diagnosis. She loved gardening
Oh, wow.
and was worried she'd have to give it up. But after incorporating modified yoga and other lifestyle changes, not only was she able to continue gardening,
Wow.
she actually felt stronger and more confident in her body.
That's an amazing story. It really highlights the power of knowledge and proactive action.
Absolutely. And I think stories like hers are crucial for shifting the narrative around osteoporosis.
Yeah.
It's not about surrendering to limitations, it's about exploring possibilities.
So how do we spread that message? How do we make resources like modified yoga more accessible to everyone?
There are several avenues we can explore. Yoga studios and fitness centers can offer specialized classes for people with osteoporosis,
Right.
focusing on those safe modifications and alignment principles.
Right.
Healthcare providers can play a key role by educating patients about the benefits of exercise
Yeah,
and connecting them with qualified instructors.
that's a really good point.
And of course, organizations like the National Osteoporosis Foundation.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Offer valuable resources on exercise and bone health,
Yeah.
including information on programs like Bare Bones, which provide specific guidance for those with osteoporosis.
I'll have to check that out.
That's a great resource.
It's encouraging to see these initiatives emerging, but, yoga is often associated with flexibility and relaxation,
Right.
not necessarily strength building.
Yeah.
How do we highlight that aspect, especially for bone health?
It's about understanding the nuances of yoga. While flexibility and relaxation are certainly benefits,
Uh-huh.
many poses, especially the weight-bearing ones, act as a form of resistance training for your bones.
Oh, okay.
For instance, when you hold chair pose,
Yeah.
you're engaging your quads, your glutes, your core muscles,
Wow.
putting stress on the bones in your legs and hips, which ultimately makes them stronger.
So it's like a strength training workout disguised as a calming practice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that mindfulness component is another key aspect,
Okay.
not just going through the motions.
You're cultivating body awareness, listening to your limitations, and moving with intention.
Yeah.
That's essential for everyone, but particularly crucial for individuals with osteoporosis who need to be mindful of their movements.
It sounds like modified yoga offers this really unique blend of physical strengthening and mental focus.
It does.
A winning combination for managing osteoporosis.
It truly is. And the beauty is you don't need to be a yoga expert or have years of experience to benefit.
That's good.
With the right guidance and modifications, yoga can be adapted to suit various needs and fitness levels,
Right.
making it accessible to a wide range of people.
That brings us back to the idea of empowering individuals to take control of their bone health.
Yeah.
What's the key message you want to leave our listener with today?
I want them to understand that a diagnosis of osteoporosis is not a full stop, it's a comma.
I like that.
It's a moment to pause, reassess, and explore new possibilities.
It's about rewriting the narrative, isn't it?
It is.
Shifting from a sense of limitation to a sense of agency.
Yeah, it really is empowering to realize that you can actively work towards better bone health, even with osteoporosis.
You can.
And I love that yoga seems to offer these benefits on multiple levels, not just physically.
It really is a holistic approach.
Yeah.
You're not just addressing the symptoms, you're tapping into your body's innate healing capacity.
Okay.
Think about it when you're practicing yoga. You're focusing on your breath. You're becoming aware of your body sensations and moving with intention. This mindful approach can be incredibly calming,
Yeah.
reducing stress and anxiety, which are often overlooked factors that can impact bone health.
Yeah. It's like creating a space for self-care and self-compassion,
Exactly.
which can be so beneficial when facing any health challenge.
It's about cultivating a kind and supportive relationship with your body, recognizing its strengths and honoring its limitations.
Yeah.
And that mental shift, that sense of empowerment, can be just as transformative as the physical changes
Right.
that you experience through yoga and lifestyle modifications.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's one key takeaway you hope our listener will carry with them?
I want them to remember that osteoporosis is not a life sentence of limitations. It's an opportunity to become more attuned to your body, to make conscious choices that support your well-being, and to discover the incredible resilience you possess.
So it's about reclaiming that sense of agency,
Yeah,
realizing that you have more control over your health than you might think.
exactly. And remember, it's never too late to start investing in your bone health.
That's a good point.
Whether you're exploring modified yoga or other forms of exercise, every step you take towards a healthier lifestyle is a step towards a stronger, more vibrant you.
Well, this has been such an insightful exploration. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us today.
My pleasure.
And to our listeners, keep learning, keep moving, and keep believing in your body's ability to heal